Hey guys, this is Meredith from Pandora's Books. Hope everyone's doing well. Today I have an incredibly belated 2015 BEA book haul to share with you. So let's jump right into it. The first book I have is A Whole New World by Liz Braswell. This is an Aladdin retelling in which Jafar gets the lamp. This was not quite as good as I had hoped it would be, but it was still a really interesting read and I still really enjoyed it. Next, we have The Dead House by Dawn Kurtagic. I'm pretty sure I'm saying her last name wrong. This book was really amazing. I love horror and creepy stuff, so it didn't really creep me out, but it was still a really amazing psychological thriller, horror, creepy book. And if you are easily scared, then I definitely suggest reading with the lights on. And maybe sleeping with the lights on too. Depends. Next up, I have Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. At the time that I went to BEA, I hadn't read the Grisha trilogy. So what I did was I binged the Grisha trilogy, then I read Six of Crows, and I am absolutely in love with these books and this world, and shameless plug, I'm trying to complete my US Bardugo ARC collection. And I'm still looking for a Shadow and Bone arc. So if you have one, please get in touch. I'm pretty much willing to sell my soul to get my hands on it. But yeah, I highly, highly recommend the Grisha books and Six of Crows. It's amazing, and I can't speak highly enough about it. It's just amazing, so. Next up, I have Legacy of Kings by Eleanor Herman. This one is signed. I hadn't heard of this one going into BEA, and then it was introduced at the Harlequin Teen Breakfast, and I'm really excited for it. It's about Alexander the Great. Then we have Royal Wedding by Meg Cabot. This was probably my #1 most epic moment of BEA, is getting to meet Meg Cabot. I adore her. She's my absolute favorite author, and it was basically like a dream come true. So, I'm still in shock that I got to meet her. Then we have Soundless by Rochelle Mead. This is another one that, she's again, one of my #1 favorite authors, her and Meg Cabot. I love their books. I read everything they write. And getting to meet Rochelle Mead was just, again, like a dream come true. This actually comes out in about 7 days, so I haven't read it yet, only because I wanted to have it on my November TBR. And when I finish my current read, this is my next read. I'm really excited for it. Then we have These Shallow Graves by Jennifer Donnelly. This is another one that's signed. I actually didn't know about this book or this author going into BEA, and then a blogger friend told me about the signing, and the book sounded really amazing, so I picked it up. Never, Always, Sometimes by Addie Alced. I've actually met Addie a couple times at several different Harlequin events and BEA events. I haven't read either of his books, shame on me, but they look amazing, and I've heard nothing but wonderful things about him. Nowhere But Here by Katie McGarry. I have read Pushing the Limits, Dare You To, and Crash Into You, and prior to blogging, I really didn't read that much contemporary. But this was Katie McGarry was the first contemporary author I read as a blogger, and I've fallen in love with her books. And it was really wonderful getting to meet her and tell her that in person, so that was really fun. Another highlight of BEA. Firewalker by Josephine Angelini. I loved her Star-Crossed trilogy. They were some of my favorite books because I love Greek mythology. So getting to meet her and getting to tell her that in person, again, another big highlight of BEA. Hello, Goodbye, and Everything in Between by Jennifer E. Smith. I haven't read any of her books, but I've been told that they're amazing and adorable, and this looks really, really awesome. So if I love this, I'm definitely going to check her other ones out. Flunked by Jen Kalanita. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but this one came from the Sourcebooks booth. I was talking to their marketing and sales teams about how much I love fairy tale retellings, and they picked this up off a display, and they told me that if I love fairy tale retellings, it's a must-read. And I also know that it's a series, and the next book is either out or coming out very soon, so I'm really, really excited to get to these. Drift and Dagger by Kendall Culper. This book is kind of confusing me because I thought it was a sequel to Salt and Storm and somebody else said it was a companion, so I don't know if I'm actually going to get to read this one. I haven't read Salt and Storm yet, so this might be a giveaway on my blog, so keep an eye out. Not If I See You First by Eric Lindstrom. This one, again, it's not quite my kind of book, so chances are I'll be giving it away. But I really love this cover, and if you know how to read Braille, this is actually a secret message in Braille on the cover. I have yet to decipher it, but I just think that's really cool. And I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I'll give it a go before I give it away. It definitely has an intriguing concept. I Crawl Through It by A.S. King. I have never read any of A.S. King's books. I'm not sure if this is my type of book. So again, this might be another one that goes up for giveaway. We'll see what happens. Tonight the Streets Are Ours by Layla Sales. I have This Song Will Save Your Life. I have not read it, but I've heard really great things about it, and everyone who loves that one loves this one. So I am really looking forward to getting to this one. Awake by Natasha Preston. This one was sort of an accident. I was walking by the Sourcebooks booth, again, at the time that they were doing the galley drop, and they said, hey, you want a galley of this? And I was like, well, what's it about? And they told me about it, and it's like a psychological thriller, a little bit creepy, a little bit like, so they were so excited about it, and the way they pitched it, I'm really excited about it. Truly Madly Famously by Rebecca Searle. This is the second Famous in Love novel, which I do have the first one, and I really want to binge the two of these. So probably, I'd love to say before the year is out, but probably next year. But I'm really excited to get to them. I'm really excited to get to everything. I'm a book nerd. I love to read everything. Everything's exciting. All the books are awesome. Yay, books! Okay, next one, we have A Little in Love by Susan Fletcher. This one is Eponine's story from Les Miserables, which sounds incredible, and the Scholastic people were really, really excited for it, so their pitch definitely sold me. Untwine by Edwidge Danticat. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but the cover's gorgeous, and the concept sounds really amazing, so I'm really excited for this. I have like a towering stack of books here, and I'm waiting for them to fall. It's kind of ridiculous. After Alice by Gregory Maguire. I admit, I haven't read any of his books. Not even Wicked. I really want to, because again, I love retellings. So I'm a huge, huge fan of Alice in Wonderland retellings, and this just looks incredible. I really love this cover, and I actually didn't know anything about this going into BEA. I saw it at Galley Drop, and I could tell that it was an Alice in Wonderland retelling, and I saw Gregory Maguire's name, and I knew he wrote Wicked, and I was just like, ooh, mine. Whoops. Okay. Then we have We'll Never Be Apart by Amiko Jean, something like that. This was one that a friend was the editor on it, or an editor on it, either for an internship or when she was freelancing. So I ran into her and she was like, hey, I edited this. It's amazing. Read it. And I trust her taste. She has great taste. So I said, okay. And I grabbed it. And finally, we have The Behemoth Known as Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is a hardcover. It is the special edition hardcover ARC that was handed out, and it is freaking gorgeous. The only reason I haven't read this one is because for some reason I convinced myself that it was coming out in December, and it actually came out in October. So I had it on my December TBR pile, and yeah, so I'm just gonna keep it on my December TBR pile, and hopefully I'll get to it then. I love Amy Kaufman. I love these Broken Stars, so I'm really excited to read this. So yeah, okay. And that's it. That is my entire BEA 2015 book haul. If you're excited for any of these, if you've read any of these, let me know in the comments below. And for now, this video is going to be on YouTube, but in the next month or so, I'm hoping to write up my official BEA 2015 recap, which will go on my blog, and then the video will go on my blog along with it. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for the giveaways I'm going to do. And, yeah, that's it. So I will see you guys soon.